Hey, and what's up everyone, Thunderbob here, and tonight I am playing some more Diablo 2 Resurrected. This is a character build that has been requested several times. I've had a little bit of trouble putting it together, but I think I finally got it all ready to go. This is an assassin, specifically a Kicksin, which uses the Dragon TALON skill. This is a skill that is like a really good single target kick ability, kind of reminds me a little bit of Smite. And then with that, you normally max Venom. Usually you would pick like a Fade or Burst of Speed. I've got a bit of both because I'm testing out the increased speed and also the damage reduction just to see which works better. At level 99, I had some leftover skill points, so I've got them both. You can do Mind Blast for a decent stun, Shadow Master, so you have your little pet. Then Death Sentry with its Corpse Explosion. Since your primary attack is single target, this gives you a very nice corpse explosion to take care of the crowds of enemies. For stat points, enough strength for your gear, enough dexterity to max your block, the rest in vitality. And this character is fairly dependent on gear. Specifically, I was asked to test out Last Wish. Because the really crazy attack speed on this skill, things that proc are particularly useful. Things that, proc like Stormlash I got as a secondary. It was recommended that this is a good thing to test out also. Just go through all the gear here. And this maybe not all best in slot, but I think I got some pretty decent gear together. Something I found out was that this skill does not take advantage of plus max and minimum damage, so like your charms, you kind of have to go with kind of non-standard melee charms in my mind. That's usually not what I would be using. Of course, for your secondary call to arms. But we're going to go ahead and test this out. Now, I don't claim to know a huge amount about this build. My assassin back in the day was Lightning Trap Assassin. That's where I had the most experience, but this build I've played around with a little bit, and it seems like a lot of fun. I'm going to go and try Andariel at player 8, and then since I've never played this character, I'll probably just bounce around and check out a few different areas. Let's just get all our buffs out of the way. Right, and let's go see if we can kill some stuff. And it's like the attack speed on this is just ridiculous. And just throw up your sentries to do that corpse explosion, and then you just go murder everything. One thing I did forget, and I always forget. I'm very bad at buffing. I do apologize. It's always been my weak point. Yeah, I actually went through this once already, so it's already mapped out. That's the nice thing about single player. You really just need to knock down one guy, and then corpse explosion should help with the rest. This definitely is not the fastest character I've played. I mean, that kick is pretty damn fast. But what I mean is, its kill speed on groups of enemies is not the best, in my opinion. And maybe there's someone with a little bit more knowledge on this, but it seems like this character is best at, like, single targets. So probably using Enigma to teleport to, specific bosses. Perhaps good at things like Ubers. Smite builds are particularly good at Ubers. I'm wondering if maybe this is the same way. I don't have a huge lot of experience, so if you do have a lot of experience with this build, let me know. Is there a specific area people normally use this? What's the best use for it? Overall, it's a fun build. It is pretty item dependent, so I feel like it's probably not going to be like, an early build, and it might be something maybe I would test down the road if I get particularly rich. I still love the Trap Assassin. It's just doesn't require a lot of gear to be pretty good, and I feel like you don't have to kind of get into the fray as much. It's pretty great. I love just setting up traps and just staying back and watching everything die. Teleport. Okay. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. It's definitely not the fastest build, but it's not the slowest either I played. And you can always throw up that Cloak of Shadows. It can't hurt. I don't think I really need it right now, but... And you do need at least a little bit of mana steal. This kick can drain your mana pretty quick if you're not stealing anything. That's why I have the dual leech ring on. I wonder if this might be workable in like a high density area like cows with the corpse explosion, or would you be too squishy to get in there and like knock the first one down? I just had this horrible thought that I wasn't using Death Sentry but Lightning Sentry, but I have the right one. And this character feels like pretty invincible. Like I'm just sitting here tanking, you know, a bunch of guys. And like my health is barely moving even though I've got Andariel's poison on me. Though I do have max resists. I don't have any absorb or increased resistances, but and while I feel really safe, it's kind of slow. I think I'm not hitting her. Yeah, I was like in a bad spot. Maybe I'm an idiot. Forgive me. I hate that bug sometimes with those quick attack skills. Do not kill my dude. Okay, so that was player 8. Andariel. I think I'm gonna maybe bounce it down to like player 1. I just want to see how this character does at a lower difficulty. Like if I just burn through everything.
Good day.
Not every character has to be... I didn't even try Stormlash. I should probably switch to that. Not every character has to be, you know, efficient at player 8. Sometimes you want just a fun character. Maybe we'll head to like the pit if I can find it. Oh yeah, that's ridiculously different. And maybe if I got my damage a little higher, like there's a couple of things I could probably modify. I'll try out that other weapon too. Oh yeah, this is almost too easy now. I don't even need the... Jeez, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very effective at player 1. I wonder if maybe it could shine in, like, you know, player 5 or something. At least get to the point where you don't have any no drops. We'll go ahead and switch out and just see how this does. I have my skills like all jacked up here. My apologies. And this does have static as one of its procs, which is cool, but since you're limited to 25%, I'm not sure how effective it really is. But damn, you attack fast. Like I usually find the pit by now. There it is. I had someone ask if I cast traps in here, if it impacts the spawn rate, so if I did this right, let me know. Curious. There's a bug where traps count as minions, apparently, and can impact your drop, or not drop, your, the number of unique spawns you have. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, so if you've got any thoughts, if I'm doing this wrong, let me know. And that's not a new bug with Resurrected, that's actually a bug from classic Diablo 2 that people have asked me to check out. Okay, this is ridiculously fast in player 1. Yeah. Because here, the enemies' healths are so much smaller. Like, once one dies and the corpse explosion starts, just everything burns. I do have a little bit of good news about kind of my personal stuff going on. I've been the executor of my parents' estate and dealing with that forever. And the end of the month we should have their house sold, but one other good thing, my dad had a boat. It was in really, really rough shape, but I've been trying to find someone to take it on, maybe as a project boat, and fix it up. I don't have the time or the skill really to do it, and I was afraid I was going to have to get it scrapped because it's in the backyard and it's difficult to even get out of there. But I actually found someone who is willing to take it on and fix it up, and really excited about the prospect of maybe someday seeing my dad's boat, which is a 1976 Compact 16. It's like, what's that, almost 50 years old? The idea of having my dad's old boat, which we took out a number of times growing up, back on the water, would be amazing. Yeah, so this is a fun build. I'm pretty impressed. I'm a little less impressed about its player 8 capabilities. I feel like I'm gonna try one more time. I just feel like it was not quite holding its own. And I wasn't, like, in much danger, but just your speed. Maybe it's the Stormlash. Stormlash is actually kicking some ass right now. Okay, let's try that. I do feel like the Stormlash, anecdotally, feels a little faster to me. Yeah, if you got any thoughts on the best weapon for this build, I don't have a lot of knowledge on it. I was going off of a recommendation, and then looking online, it seemed to say like Stormlash was a good alternative. And it seems like Stormlash might actually be doing a little bit better. Well, I'm gonna end it here. I kind of just wanted to spend a few minutes, you know, demoing this build. If you have any builds or anything you want to see, just let me know. I've been kind of, at this point, just going through either, you know, some of my favorite builds or builds that are recommended to me from viewers. So if there's anything you want to see, let me know. I know the full beta is supposed to start soon, so I'm really hopeful that that's early in the month. As I've already pre-ordered, I'm just waiting for that to come out. Really tired of only being able to show off and play through Act 1 and 2. So, again, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, think about subscribing, think about liking the video. Appreciate all of you, and have a good night, everyone.